So many of you have heard about the new card on the market that allows you to pay rent and earn rewards with a credit card. This is awesome. I'm so glad there's a product that'll finally allow us to earn rewards on rent. That is the BILT Mastercard, ladies and gentlemen. And there is one thing about this card that really sets itself apart from others. Hi, my name is Jake, and in this video, we're gonna be unboxing the BILT Mastercard, taking a look at the core benefits, and looking at that earning structure. Also, I'll highlight the best and worst parts of this credit card and why I'll still be adding it to my wallet despite all the fraudulent charges going on with the BILT card. To get a better understanding of what this card is all about, let's take a look at the earning structure. So the BILT card is going to get 1x points on rent payments, 2x points on travel, 3x points on dining, and 1x points on everything else. You can earn up to 50,000 points per year by paying your rent with this card. Also, that transaction fee that you get usually when paying with credit cards is completely waived. The earning structure for this card is insane with that 1% back on rent. There is no card on the market that allows you to earn anything back on rent, which makes this card one of a kind and something to talk about. Most cards don't get up to 3% back on dining, and with no annual fee, this makes this card a strong competitor for dining. To get a better understanding of what this would look like in practice, let's just take a quick look at what it would be like to pay rent with a regular credit card, say like the Capital One Venture X, because everyone loves that card right now. With a $1,500 rent payment as an example, you're gonna be paying 3% of that in fees. The 2x back on the Capital One card would get you $30 in rewards, essentially costing you $15 to pay rent with the Capital One Venture X as an example. So taking a look at how the BILT card works, that 3% fee would be completely waived. With 1% rewards on rent payments, you're gonna be earning $15 back, profiting $15 in point value when you pay your rent with a credit card. So this is at the least a $30 difference. And if you were paying with a credit card that didn't earn 2x back on everything, that fee would be $60 and you would have to pay all of it. So the difference here is $30 at the least. If you were to pay with a random credit card that gets you 0x back on this category, you would be paying so much extra money compared to if you paid with the BILT card. Okay, so earning all of these rewards is awesome. There is just one caveat. You have to make 5 transactions per statement period to earn any rewards. This is unfortunately a little annoying. You can't just connect this card to your rent and then throw it into a drawer and not really use it for anything else. BILT knows that lots of people would just get this card for their rent and not really anything else. And since credit card companies make a lot of their money when you're swiping and using the card, it just makes sense for them to put that 5 transaction minimum. Credit card companies make their profit by interchange fees, which merchants pay when you use the card. Knowing this, it does make sense why BILT put a 5 minimum transaction per statement period. So to help hit that 5 transaction minimum, I'm gonna keep this card in my wallet for use at like Chipotle or pizza up the street. And you know, it just makes sense when I'm trying to get a quick bite to eat. I'll probably end up hitting that 5 transaction minimum. Another thing you can do, which I am considering, is you can connect this to your Amazon account and set an auto reload of $5 every week, which does count as a transaction. Also, the rent payment does count as one of the 5 transactions, which is awesome. There are ways to get around it, and it shouldn't really be a reason why you don't get the card. So all that aside, let's talk more about the actual benefits of the card. BILT points are insanely good. Let me explain. BILT is one of a few card issuers to instantly deploy a highly valuable credit card point currency basically overnight. BILT's transfer partners are one of the best transfer partner lists on the market right now, making these points easily able to be used and so valuable. For example, you can transfer between the 2 biggest domestic airlines, American and United. Transferring to just one domestic airline is usually awesome, but 2 really sets this card apart. For example, comparing the Capital One Venture X transfer partner list, you can see there are no domestic transfer partners with Capital One, essentially requiring you to take trips outside the US if you want to use flights for your redemption with that card. BILT has one of the best hotel transfer partners, World of Hyatt, with a point valuation of 2.8 cents per point when you transfer at a 1-to-1 ratio. So what this means is that you could transfer your BILT points directly for World of Hyatt points that are instantly worth 2.8 cents per point or even more. These transfer partners are one of the best I've seen, making this a strong card for 2023 And this all comes at a $0 annual fee. Zero. Another great feature that BILT has is BILT Protect. So let me explain what this is here. BILT Protect allows you to pay your rent with your credit line, directly pulling the funds from your bank account instead of taking a huge hit on your credit limit. So let me explain why this is awesome. If you have a $3,000 credit limit on your BILT card and a rent of $1,500, your credit utilization would jump all the way up to 50% instantly when you charge your rent onto this card. But the good part about BILT is that it just gets paid off right away because it pulls directly from your bank account when you pay your rent. Basically, you're not gonna be charging a huge amount on your credit card all at once. It just gets paid off and it stays at what it was. BILT is thinking of the customer experience and delivering a product with insanely high value, making this card really competitive. Plus, you get all of that with no foreign transaction fees, trip delay insurance, and trip cancellation insurance. Trip delay insurance is great. If your flight gets delayed more than 6 hours, you can get $200 per day up to a maximum of $1,800. Trip delay insurance is a great benefit and usually doesn't come on a card with no annual fee. So the BILT card is just so insanely competitive, has tons of perks and benefits for $0, and you can earn on your rent. Quick note on the BILT fraudulent charges that occurred in January 2023. Since I do have a computer science background, I don't want to gloss over what happened. Basically, if you're not familiar, customers were seeing their credit cards get fraudulent charges before they even came in the mail. So first, let's get it straight here. BILT's data was not compromised, despite people sometimes referring to this as a data breach. I want to ensure you that BILT's data was not compromised, and this was only an external attack called a velocity bin attack. So taking a look at this Reddit message, you can see the exact story that's going on here. Somebody basically found the exact algorithm used to pattern the credit card numbers and is now running a program attempting to detect and then charge these cards. Lots of the cards that are found are started off with small charges to try to attempt to pass through the fraud department and then increase the charges as they go through. I want to say that this is very common and has happened to lots of other card companies in the past. Almost 50% of Americans have experienced credit card fraud at some point, and this doesn't really stand out to me as something that BILT is doing wrong, other than maybe having an easy to guess algorithm, but this could be changed by just changing their algorithm every so often and keeping it more complex. I want to ensure you that no business critical data, customer data, or other internal processes was harmed in this data breach, and it isn't technically a data breach, but more of an external fraudulent case. I opened my BILT card on February 2nd and have not seen any fraudulent charges since. It shouldn't really be a problem. I'm going to continue to use this card as normal, and if I see any fraudulent charges, I'll let you guys know. All right, we're gonna go ahead and unbox this card now. Wow. So that's the BILT card, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the BILT Mastercard.
There's the BILT Mastercard.
And on this side, we have the documentation. So let's open that up. We got the BILT documentation. Says quick start guide and also activate your card. So I'll probably activate this. I did notice this card does have a different number than the one that I got when I first signed up. So this is gonna be a complete different card number from the card number that I got right when I signed up. But I like this box. This is a really cool box. I haven't seen this. This is like Apple, giving me like Apple vibes. Okay, so that is your BILT unboxing, ladies and gentlemen. If you made it this far and you want to see how this card fits into my 2023 strategy, click on this video here. It illustrates why I got this card more and how it fits into the rest of the cards I'm gonna get for the rest of this year. I'll see you there.